Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing y'all my NBA Jam session for November 9th, 2022. If you're looking for more of this great content, man, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Drop what y'all like down in the comments, man. Y'all know I love going through seeing how y'all like in the comments. But if you're looking for my best bets, the best that I'm betting today, as well as the best bets from the top handicappers in the world today, check us out over at Pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab, and that's where you'll find best bets from the best handicappers on the planet. Hey, we had a day off yesterday from the NBA. It was a well-needed day off, but I missed it, man. We only had NHL, college basketball to really debate yesterday. Back at it tonight. Nice size card. I'm ready to smash it, as we always do. And there's a few traps, a few spots I like, and there's a few spots to attack. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right in. In our first matchup of the night, man, we got my Dallas Mavericks on the road facing the Orlando Magic. Dallas laying 7, total 217. I can't take my Mavericks here tonight. I'm going to take the Magic plus the 7. My Mavs, man, I know we've won 4 straight, but we haven't covered in like 6 games. One of the games is listed as a push, but I got it early at 9.5. They won by 9, didn't cover. So for me, they're on like a 6 or 7 game non-cover streak. We've won 4 straight, but they're the king of letting the teams backdoor them, and I could just see the back door wide open here in this one. Mavs are typical team, up 10, 11 in the fourth. They're going to make it a tight game, lose by 4, 5. That's just typical Mavs basketball. That's what we've seen in the beginning of this season. Orlando on the other side, 4-1 against the spread at home. You know what I'm saying? Pause, though. We go look at the injury report. Boncaro is listed as day-to-day. Follow me on Twitter, Parlay Guy J. All updates for injuries. I usually get it in there probably like 2, 3 o'clock. Because, you know, NBA, that's how they do it. So, that's just how they do it in the NBA. We won't know until last minute. Christian Wood listed as out for the Mavs. Tim Hardaway Jr. also listed as day-to-day. Wagner listed as out for the Magic. Gary Harris listed as out. Fultz listed as out. Some of this is subject to change, though. You know, it's still early. Magic here, I like them tonight. I can't trust my Mavs. The Mavs win it, but laying 7 on the road. We seen them beat this Magic team by 9 earlier in the season at home. Do I feel like laying 7 with this Mavs team who just hasn't seemed to get a cover for me in 6 or 7 games? I can't. Give me the Magic here plus the points. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Portland Trail Blazers on the road facing the Charlotte Hornets. Portland laying 4.5, total 221.5. I'm on Portland here in this one. I just can't get behind the Charlotte team. Charlotte, we go look at what they've done in their last 5. They lost all 5. They've only covered in 1 against Brooklyn. They've been dominated in almost every game they played. Washington, they lost by 8 as 3-point favorites. Lost to Memphis on the road, 130-99. Lost to the Bulls, 106-88. Lost to Sacramento, 115-108. Charlotte started out the season fairly decent, but right now they're desperately missing their best player in LaMelo Ball. Still listed as out. Gordon Hayward in this one still listed as out. Cody Martin out. I can't get behind the Charlotte team right now, man. They're just looking not good at all. When we go look at the Portland's injury report, they got some guys on the injury report as well, but they're all listed as day-to-day. Twitter, all updates. Y'all know the drill. But Nurkic listed as day-to-day. Grant listed as day-to-day. Winslow is day-to-day. John Butler Jr. and Keon Johnson all listed as day-to-day. But I'm going to look at what this Blazers team has been doing. They beat Miami straight up in their last one as dogs. They beat Phoenix in one of the games, and they split in the others. They played them twice and won 1, lost 1. Lost to Memphis and beat Houston, won 3 of 2. I have covered the spread, and I want to say they're 4-1 against the spread in the last 5. This Portland team has just been balling. They've been a pretty decent team all season. They were banged up and dropped a few games, but hey, they're 7-3 on the season. I'm not jumping in front of this Blazers team, especially not for this Hornets team, banged up and playing awful basketball. Give me the Blazers, and I'll lay the 4 here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got an interesting one here, in my opinion. We got the Denver Nuggets on the road laying 5.5. Total 235.5. Denver comes into this game winning 4 or 5. Their only loss being to the Lakers. Granted, their competition in their last 4 hasn't been that great. San Antonio twice, Oklahoma City, and the Lakers. And then they beat Utah at home in that span as well. So not the greatest of competition, but they're sitting at 7-3 on the season. I'm gonna look at what Indiana has done. Indiana quietly has won 4 or 5 as well, 5-5 on the season. Beat New Orleans 129-122 in their last one. Beat Miami 101-99. Lost to Brooklyn. They beat Brooklyn, and then they beat Washington. So winners are 4 or 5 as well. Here in this one, I'm gonna take the Nuggets. Not my favorite game on the board, but I just think the Nuggets are the better team. I know this Pacers team is playing some pretty good basketball, especially at home. Like I said, they've won their last 2 home games against the Pelicans and the Heat. But here tonight, I think they kind of return back to their median. I just think this Nuggets team is the better team here in this one. I also lean towards the over. Both teams giving up a lot of points, scoring a decent amount of points. So give me the Nuggets in the over here in this one. Not my favorite game on the board, but solid plays, I believe. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Utah Jazz on the road facing the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks laying 4, total 233.5. Really good game, man. I know I'm going to be watching this one for sure. 2 teams that I definitely love betting on. Two teams that are definitely on my look to bet on a lot this season list. Interesting one here in this one, man. But yeah, I know my mantra, and I'm going to stick to it. Not fading my Hawks at home. Hawks at home, typically for me, is a bet-on situation. That's where they play their best basketball. We cashed a nice money line on them in their last game against the Bucks at home. No Trae Young. Still got the job done. Here tonight, when we go look at the injury report, Trae Young is still listed as day-to-day. Bogdanovich is listed as out. Vanderbilt is the only one I see on the injury report for the Jazz. Both teams come into this game hooping. I'm not going to lie. The Jazz winners are 4 or 5, won 3 straight, 2 on the road, 1 at home. The last one at home was against the Lakers in the game where they aired them out, 139-116. The game before that, they beat the Clippers, 110-102. The game before that, they beat the Lakers, 130-116. Jazz have just been hooping, man. We're going to look at the Hawks, but the Hawks have been hooping too. Beat Milwaukee straight up in their last one without Trae Young. Beat the Pelicans 124-121. Beat the Knicks 112-99. But like I said, both teams coming off 3 straight wins. I like the Hawks better here in this one. Y'all know I love the Hawks at home. I like the Hawks in this one with or without Trae Young, to be honest. I think they win it. If Trae Young is out, though, I think the line does come down a little bit, probably like 2. And I love it there, too. This Hawks team, we just seen them beat the Bucks without him. I see no problem why they can't beat this Jazz team at home. They're 2 similar teams. They can win on the road, but they play their best basketball at home. The Jazz do. I love marketing them on the other side for the Jazz, but here tonight, I just think it's a bad spot for them. I'm going to lay the points with the Hawks. I think they're the better team. They play the best basketball at home. Not fading them. Give me the Hawks here, and I'm going to lay the 4. In our next matchup of the night, we got the Detroit Pistons on the road at the Boston Celtics. Boston laying 11.5, total 222.5. Boston laying 11.5. I know they've blown some teams out. Let's go see in their last 5 how many times they've done that. They beat Memphis 109-106 in their last one. They beat the Knicks on the road 133-118. So there go 1. They beat Chicago 123-119. They lost to Cleveland 114-113, and they beat Washington 112-94. So they've done it twice in their last 5 against inferior opponents like we have here tonight. But I'm not interested in the laying 11.5. I would take the Pistons plus the points. 11.5. that's just, I don't know. That's a lot of room for a backdoor. I could just see this has a Boston 7-point win written all over it, in my opinion. I just think you got to take the Pistons here and hold your nose. I probably personally won't be betting this one, but if I was, I would be on the Pistons. And like I said, I would hold my nose the whole time and be praying for that backdoor cover. But that's what I like here in this one, man. I couldn't get there with Boston laying that many points. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Battle of New York. We got the Knicks on the road facing the Nets. Nets laying 2.5, total 223.5. Interesting game here, to be honest. I kind of was going back and forth here for a while. I'm going to go with the Knicks, though. I'm going to take the Knicks plus the points. I'll probably sprinkle a little bit on the money line as well. I just think this Knicks team is a little better at this current point in the season. 5-5 on the season. I know they've lost 3 of their last 5. Brooklyn comes into this one 4-7 on the season. Disappointing season, to say the least. They've won 3 of their last 5, though. I do think Kyrie is still listed as out for this one. Ben Simmons has been Ben Simmons, you know. Look at all his under props per usual, but I'm pretty sure y'all already know that. Kevin Durant still hooping, but can't do it on his own. Claxton, I like him. He plays some defense, but, you know, outside of that, this Nets team is not really that impressive. They did cover in their last one against the Mavericks in a hard-fought game. Kevin Durant missed 2 clutch free throws in crunch time to probably send it to overtime or maybe even give him a chance to win it. I just think this Knicks team, like I said, is just a little better right now. I kind of like what Randall is doing. Jalen Brunson, I like what he's doing. R.J. Barrett, they just got some pieces over there that's actually hooping right now. Toppin don't look terrible. I'm going to side with the Knicks here in this one. I think that's the right side to be on. Give me the Knicks. I think they win it outright in the Battle of New York. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Houston Rockets on the road facing the Toronto Raptors. Toronto laying 9, total 223.5. I couldn't really get there on the side in this one, y'all, if I'm going to be honest. But if I were going to give y'all one, I would lean towards Toronto. Toronto's typically just better at home. Really great home court advantage. But do I want to lay 9 points with Toronto without their best player in Siakam? I really don't. Especially, we just seen the Rockets win their last game against the Magic, 134-127. Granted, before that, they've only won 1 of 4. They're 2-9 on the season, and they've only covered in 2 of their last 5. And I don't think it's a good spot for this Rockets team on the road. But I just couldn't get there either way on the side. But what I do like in this game, I like the over 223. We know both teams can score. We'll go look at what Houston has done just in their last 2 games. Against Orlando, 134-127. Against Minnesota, 129-117. We've seen some big scoring games from Toronto, too. In their last 5, they had a game against San Antonio where they put up 143 by themselves. Another game against Atlanta where they put up 139. So the Toronto team can score. This Rockets team doesn't play defense, and they can score as well. I like the over as my favorite play in this one. As far as the side, I lean towards Toronto, but I don't really want to lay 9 points with Toronto without Siakam. Although I do think it's the right side to be on. Give me the over. Lean towards Toronto here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the New Orleans Pelicans on the road facing the Chicago Bulls. New Orleans laying 1.5, total 229.5. Interesting matchup here in this one, man. I'm on the Pelicans. I'm going to lay the 1.5. This Pelicans team finally has all their pieces back. Brandon Ingram is a go. CJ McCollum is a go. Zion Williamson is a go. Last time we really seen, I know we seen them the other night play together against the Pacers in a game that they lost. That was really more of a get-right game, though. You know, they haven't really played together in a few weeks. But when we did see them playing together in the beginning of the season, they were red hot. Looked like a team I did not want to jump in front of. Here tonight, I think this is a perfect get-right spot. I think they get a dub here tonight against this Bulls team. Both teams coming into this game are, let's see, Pelicans are 5-5, Chicago 6-6. I think the Pelicans 5-5 is more due so to injury, more so due to their ineptness. I think Chicago's 6-6 is more due to that's just who they are. I know Levine was out for a little bit, but you know what I mean. I just think Chicago is gonna be like kind of in that range a little bit all season. While this Pelicans team, I do think their record improves a lot. I like this game right here tonight. I like the spot for the Pelicans, and I'm gonna lay the 1.5. I tell y'all all the time, I think Zion, if he can get back to that peak, which I think he can, he's going to be a top 5 player in this league. Brandon Ingram is an underrated commodity. So is CJ McCollum. I like the Pelicans here in this matchup. Give me the Pelicans. I'm going to lay the 1.5. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Phoenix Suns laying 3 on the road versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Total 225. Y'all know where I'm at, man. I'm laying the 3. Gonna be a premium for me. Of course, y'all know it. I'm automatically fading this Timberwolves team. We've been making money fading this Timberwolves team all season. They come into this one 5-6 on the season. Phoenix comes into this one 7-3 on the season. Automatic for me. I'm gonna continue to fade the Timberwolves every time I see them on the board. And then we got the Suns here, a really good team, second in the Western Conference, one of my favorite teams to bet on. This is an automatic one for me. Like I said, it's going to be a premium. Check the box. Automatic fade of the Timberwolves. Lay the points with the Suns. It could be a massacre. Suns lost their last one too as well. Suns, after losing a game, I think that they come out here and slaughter this Timberwolves team. This line at only 3, and it might drop as well. I think, because I see some 2.5s out there earlier, so they might drop back to 2.5. I know no Cam Johnson out there tonight. Chris Paul listed as day-to-day. I don't care. Give me the Suns. Better team. Timberwolves, overrated. Timberwolves, trash. How I feel. If you're a Timberwolves fan, cry about it in the comments. We can talk about it. Give me the Suns. I'm going to lay the point. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Milwaukee Bucks on the road facing the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. Milwaukee laying 6.5, total 219. I'm on the Thunder Buddies here in this one. I would bet it as soon as possible. Line might drop a little bit. When I go look at this game, Giannis on the injury report is day to day. We know the Thunder Buddies have been the cover buddies all season. We make a lot of money betting the Thunder. This is one of those spots where you got to hold your nose and just continue to ride the Thunder. And I'm going to do it here tonight. We see Milwaukee lose their first game of the season and their last one to the Atlanta Hawks in a game where we called that they would lose their first game of the season. Drew Holiday is also on this injury report as day to day. I think Milwaukee does win it, but at the right side for me, to be honest, the Thunder. Like I said, the cover buddies, they played good basketball at home. I like what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is doing. Look like Josh Giddey is the go in this one. Side to be on for me is the Thunder. Even if those guys go, I still like the Thunder plus the points. You might even get a better line. Follow me on Twitter, though, for all updates per usual. I'll let y'all know if Giannis is in or out. Same thing with Drew Holiday. I wish the NBA would do something about this, but can't really do nothing about it. Injury report. So, yeah, follow me on Twitter. Any updates, I'll let y'all know there. But I'm on the Thunder Buddies here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Memphis Grizzlies on the road facing the San Antonio Spurs. Memphis laying 6.5, total 234. I'm going to be honest, I couldn't really get there on the side. I would lean Memphis. San Antonio has just looked awful in their last 4. They started out their season pretty hot. Since then, they lost their last 4 or 5, failed to cover, and all of those, or I think they might have covered in their last one against Denver by a half a point. But still, I can't get there with San Antonio right now. But do I really want to lay 6.5 with Memphis right now on the road? No Jaren Jackson Jr. We've seen them in some close games. They haven't really blown anybody out other than Charlotte in their last 5. So my favorite play in this one, I like the under. I think this total's just set a little too high at 234. I think we end up like 225-ish somewhere in this one. We've seen both teams give up some points in a few games, but for the most part, they're trending towards the under. We seen San Antonio in their last one, 115, 109, 126, 101, 113, 106. They do got a 143 to 100 game in there versus Toronto, but the game before that, 107, 98. So 4 of those 5 would have fell under 234. It's pretty much the same thing for Memphis, 109, 106, 103, 97, 130, 99, 111, 106, 121, 105. So yeah, I just think this total is a little too high, 234. I like the under. Grab it pretty early because it's probably going to drop. Some points probably could be given up here in this one, but I think the side to be on is the under. Give me the under here. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers laying 5 in the Battle of LA. Also in the Battle of the Overrated. Also in the battle of teams I don't feel like putting my money on. Y'all know how I feel about the Clippers. They are the second team on the automatic fade list, the second team on the do not bet list, right behind the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Lakers are low-key and probably should be on that list as well. Here tonight, though, in this one, I'm going to take the Lakers plus the 5. Not my favorite spot. I promise you it's not. LeBron James is his day-to-day. Anthony Davis day-to-day. Lonnie Walker day-to-day. Kawhi Leonard, I think he's out. He's been out. I don't think he goes in this one. Yeah, man. Not my favorite game on the board, but I just think the Lakers, they might be a spot where they step up and play a good game. 2-8 on the season. I mean, they got to do something. Or they might just be tanking for Wembanyama. I don't know. But I don't feel like laying points with the Clippers. That's what I damn sure don't feel like doing. So I'm going to take the Lakers plus the 5 here in this one. The Lakers got a chance of winning it outright, in my opinion. I think every team got a chance of outright winning against the Clippers every night. So it might not be a bad spot to sprinkle some on the Lakers money line. I don't know. Give me the Lakers plus the 5 in this one. Not my favorite, but I think it's the side to be on. In our last and final game of the night, man, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers on the road facing the Sacramento Kings. Cleveland laying 5, total 226. To be honest with y'all, I want to take the Cavs in this one, but I can't. I'm going to take the Kings plus the 5. The Kings been playing some good basketball, man. They really have. They lost in their last one against Golden State, 116, 113, covered the spread. That was just a spot where Golden State had to win. They lost, 4 or 5 games in a row. Golden State had to win that game. Sac fought them pretty hard, though, covered. Game before that, they beat Orlando in overtime, 126-123. That was the Fox half-court game winner. Game before that, they kept it close with Miami, 110-107. Game before that, they beat Charlotte 115-108. Game before that, they beat Miami 119-113. Sac has been hooping. And I've been on him. And I'm not getting off of him here tonight at home. We seen Cleveland finally return back to earth in their last one. In a game that I was all over them. I lost pretty big on that one, I'll be honest with y'all. I had Cleveland against the Clippers in that one. Y'all know I'm automatically fading the Clippers every game. The Cavs had come into this one winners of 8 games straight. I just thought it was a good spot, and they got beat. They were up 10 They were up 10 with 2:39 left in the game, and lost outright. Probably one of my worst beats in the NBA to begin this season. A game after following that, I gotta fade them. I need my money back. Nah, but being on a serious note, though, I do think this Cavs team is a good team. They're gonna hoop. But I think the side to be on here in this one is the Sacramento team. I think, like I said, Sacramento just been hooping. And I think they keep this one pretty competitive as well. Same thing they've been doing all season. I think maybe the Cavs do win it. But if they do, I think they win it by 2 or 3. Like this is gonna be a game that come down to the wire, like most of these Kings games have been here recently. And I'm gonna take the Kings plus the points. But if you're looking for my best bets, the bets that I'm betting today, as well as best bets from the top handicappers in the world today, check us out over at pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab. And like I said, that's where you'll find my best bets as well as best bets from the top handicappers on the planet. It's me, your boy Jay Briggs, man. I'm bringing y'all my jam session for November 9th, 2022. If you're looking for more of this great content, subscribe. Drop who y'all like in the comments as well. I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow. Hey, also, I'll do another parlay for y'all. If we let's get to 400 likes today. 400 likes, I'll drop a parlay in the comments. I also drop a parlay on Twitter. Follow me there, Parlay Guy J. Let's make some money tonight. I'm going to holler at y'all later. I'm out. Peace.